Hello everyone, my name is Brenda and I live in a tiny house with my little dog Buddy, and each and every week we share our adventures with you here on YouTube. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been watching the videos, thank you so much and welcome back. And today is the start of a 3-day weekend that I have been looking forward to. We have Labor Day coming up Monday and I'm off Monday, so I woke up really early this morning and had a lot of things, of course, on my to-do list. With working full-time, you squeeze as much into your off days as you possibly can because you don't really have the time to do it during the week. And sometimes things just don't turn out the way that you plan. And so this morning I set my alarm early, got up really early and fixed me a coffee, sat out on my new hammock swing, enjoying a little bit of the morning before the day got started. Took Buddy for a walk, and then I've been wanting to move my treadmill to the garage that's beside my mom's house, the big house. And because I haven't been able to walk on the treadmill for about the last 10 days, and because I hurt my back and still don't know how I hurt my back, so I just gave my body a rest and didn't walk on the treadmill, try to avoid any like strenuous activity to let my back heal. And it's doing a whole lot better. Most of the week it's just been kind of sore. But picking up Buddy and doing things like that, I could tell, I still needed some time to heal. And so I did that today. I got the treadmill and moved it to the garage and was able to walk on the treadmill. And then I had other plans today, like around here there's always things to do outside, as I'm sure as it is at your home too. And I wanted to like clean my car, need to wash it and vacuum it. I haven't done it. I don't even think I've done it all year. I don't really drive it that much because I work from home, but it needs that done. And I wanted to, on the hillside, there's a lot of like fallen limbs, a lot of pine needles and pine cones. Need to get all that cleaned up. And my mom, she's got a flower bed by her front porch, and it's just been so hot to get out there to work in it. And I thought, well, I'll tackle that this morning and, pull the weeds and get her flower bed looking better. And so whenever I did that, I got stung, and I think possibly it was a wasp. It kind of looked like a wasp. And so when that happened, so I got stung by a wasp. Let me show you my hand. Let's see. But you can tell which one got stung. So I am very allergic to things that bite and things that sting, and so it stung me right here on the hand. And when that happened, it threw me into like a panic attack. And so I just wanted to talk to you about that for a minute. I don't normally have panic attacks. It's not something that I know some people have problems with having panic attacks, and it's a really debilitating thing to try to overcome and to work through whenever you're having it. A couple of months ago, and I haven't shared this, a couple of months ago, again working outside around my mom's house, I got stung by a yellow jacket, and it was right here, right below my nail. And I didn't really think anything of it. It was more irritating than anything. I was just like, ow, that really hurts, and just went on with what I was doing. And probably I came home, got done with that chore and came home, and I was feeling okay. It was a little sore from being stung, but probably about 30 minutes after I got stung, I was at home and my heart was racing. So I had started having a very bad reaction to that sting. So my heart was racing really bad, and you just feel it just pounding. And then I thought, well, I'm going to check my blood pressure and see what's going on with my blood pressure, because I just started feeling really weird. So I went and got my blood pressure machine, and I couldn't work it. I couldn't put it on my arm. It was just, I started having a little confusion, like I was aware, but it's like my brain couldn't follow through with that function to put the blood pressure machine on my arm and check my blood pressure. And my vision started getting like very hazy. It wasn't blurry vision, it was just like hazy kinda. And I thought a yellow jacket's gonna take me out. I'm fixing to check out of here. And just because of the symptoms I was having, that was so scary. And so I went to my mom's, and the only thing I could tell her was, I don't feel right. I don't feel right. I don't feel right. I couldn't really conversate, and I just knew that something was wrong and I don't feel right. And she's like, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to take you to the emergency room? Do you want me to call 911? And I thought, I can't, because I really thought I was dying the way that I was feeling. And so it's just a really bad reaction I was having to being stung. I only got stung one time. And I thought, that would be horrible to take someone you love to, you're taking them to the hospital and they die in the vehicle. And I thought, I can't do that to her. And so I told her to call 911. And so I still had like the ability to think that out. But I couldn't like come out and say that. I thought it in my head. And that may have happened to somebody watching this video. And if it has, I'm really sorry that you had to go through something like that. And so she called 911, and just not that long after she called 911 for them to come out to the home, I started feeling better almost as quickly as the symptoms came, because they came about like pretty quick. Like I was fine, and about 30 minutes later I was not fine. And so I told my mom, I said, I'm starting to feel better. I could still feel my heart rate, but I could feel it was calming down. I felt like I was thinking more clearly. I was able to talk to her more. And she's like, do you want me to call them back and tell them not to come? And I told her yes, because I started feeling better. But they were almost to the house, so they come out and they did an EKG, and I'm assuming that was okay. They never really said. My blood pressure and my heart rate was really elevated. And then the rest of the day, I didn't feel good, but it was just, I think because my body had went through so much stress of having that reaction to that sting, that I was just kind of out for the rest of the day, like as far as having the energy and things like that. And so today when I got stung, I didn't have that reaction to the sting, but I had a reaction up here that brought me right back to because that just happened a few months ago, to reliving that, and it was a panic attack. And so, and thankfully I had gloves on, Because mom said that there was like poison ivy or poison oak in that bed, so I had on like long sleeves. I put gloves on because, of course, I don't want to get into any like poison ivy or poison oak and have to deal with that. And so I had gloves on. They were thin gloves, but I got stung through the glove. And so when that happened today, it just threw me right back to that incident that occurred like 2 months ago, because that was a real reaction. And an EMT, when they come out, the emergency responders, when they came out, I think they were thinking maybe I had a panic attack, but it wasn't a panic attack. I've had a couple in the past, but it's just not very often when that occurs. And I was telling them it wasn't a panic attack, it was a reaction to the sting. But today it was a panic attack. And so I just wanted to share that with you and how I got through it. And maybe it'll help somebody. And I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist. It's just something that helps me whenever I'm facing a situation and I don't know how I'm going to work through it. And it doesn't have to be medical. Like, these are medical events that has happened. It could be any kind of like major stressor to throw you into a panic attack because you're feeling all these things. Of course, in a medical event, you're very scared because you feel like your life is in the balance. So that is scary, to feel like your life is in the balance and you don't really know how to handle that in that situation. Like, am I going to be here in the next little bit because of this medical event? But you can also have panic attacks, just situational things that are happening to you. And so what I do is I talk to myself and I just tell myself, like, I can't really conversate with you if I'm in that state of mind. I just have to tell myself over and over and over again, you're okay, you're okay. And in my head, I'm thinking, I'm breathing, I'm walking, I'm thinking okay, and just checking in with yourself and just focusing on that you are okay. You're breathing, it's all going to be fine. And so that helped me a whole lot to just try to get in that mindset of constantly telling yourself that, this is an uncomfortable situation, but just try to stay as calm as you can and that you're going to be okay. So I got to feeling better. My pace, poor mom, having to go through this with me twice. I'm sure it's very stressful for her. And sorry, Mom. Sorry that you had it, because I know you don't, on the outside, you don't really know what to do. And so that's hard for your loved ones too. Seeing you go through something, pretty traumatic like that. And so I started feeling better, sat down on the porch, and then I just started thinking about it again, because your mind is so powerful. The thoughts that you put in your head and what you're focusing on is so powerful that you can throw yourself into a panic attack. And so I felt like I was fixing to get back into a panic attack. I'm still trying to calm myself down, but before I was like even keel calm, I started thinking about it again, because I kept looking at the watch. Like, that happened before, like 30 minutes after I got stung. So I'm like, okay, 15 minutes have passed. Is it going to happen in the next 15 minutes to where, I'm not going to be able to think clearly, or I'm going to stop breathing? And so I was thinking about that too. And so I got up and went back in the house. She was outside on the porch, and so Mom was on the porch. I went back in the house, and I just started calling on Jesus and saying his name over and over again. And I've done this many times in the past when I'm going through a very difficult situation. I really don't share a lot about my personal life, about my tiny home and my tiny home journey. But like everybody watching this, you've been through very difficult times. I mean, life is just hard. And so during those times I call on Jesus, and I just focus on him. I just focus on Jesus, and I just say his name over and over again. Sometimes I'll say, Jesus, help me. And I just repeat it over and over again, because who better to help you than him? And so I don't know if you're a Christian or if you know Jesus, but I just wanted to share that with you, that's what I do. That is what I do, and it helps so much. And I feel his presence. I feel him like he's wrapping his arms around me and just loving me and letting me know that I'm okay. And so I just wanted to share that with you today, that I don't know why I felt like I needed to share. I just know that life is hard, and it's hard for everyone. No one escapes it. Everybody has challenges. Everybody has disappointments. Everybody has days that you have an idea what your day is going to look like, and it turns into something totally different. And I just wanted to share that with you today. And if it's something that you deal with, I don't feel like that personally. I don't feel like I need to, because it doesn't happen often enough. And I don't feel like I need to call and talk to a therapist, because these things is just like, I may talk to my doctor about getting an EpiPen. I feel like I feel better if I had an EpiPen, because my reaction to stings is getting, really bad. I mean, just a little, one little sting does that to my hand. What if I got stung, like on my head or something? That's a little bit scary. And it's swollen on both sides of my hand. And so anyway, that's scary with the medical event. Now, I did reach out to a therapist before. It was probably, it's been 2 years ago. Something from my past come up again, and I was just having a very difficult time working my way through that. And so I tried to communicate with the therapist, but I don't think it was really a right fit. And I worked through it through prayer, is how I handled that. But I felt like at that time I really did need to reach out to somebody, and then just had some frustration with that with the therapist, and didn't really feel like I was being heard or being understood what I was going through. And so I just, excuse me, I just decided to work it out through prayer. And that's where I go to, not just whenever I'm in trouble. I always pray and turn to Jesus. But whenever you have like a major crisis going on, You say his name. Say his name over and over and over again. Like you're chanting his name, you're focusing on his name, and he hears you and he will help you. So I hope that helps somebody today. I'm in the process of editing this video, and I realized that I didn't complete my thought whenever I was talking about therapy. And so I just wanted to share with you that I think therapy is great. I have gone to therapists in the past. I have dealt with depression and anxiety in the past, and had therapists that were really great and got a lot of benefit from it. And it helped so much. And so I didn't want you to think that I was saying don't go to a therapist, they don't help, because they do. And I feel like everybody can benefit from therapy. And I didn't think that I relayed that very well, so I just wanted to hop on and say that. And so I just wanted to share that with you, that if you're going through something, I think therapy is great. It's good to have that person that you can talk to help work through whatever it is you are going through. Okay, back to the video. So I just wanted to share that with you, and sorry this is not the video I intended to make today, but it's the video that we have, and I hope that you find it helpful. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Ring the bell so you don't miss a notification, and leave me a comment. Share. You know, we're here to help one another. So if you have things that you have faced and you have tips and tricks of ways to overcome situations that you have faced, share it, because it may help somebody. All right, I hope you go out and you make it a great day. Hope you have a great upcoming week. Happy Labor Day, everybody, and God bless, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Buddy, you say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. We'll see you on the next one.